differences between HDLs and LDLs. What is HDL? What is LDL? High density lipoproteins. These are high density lipoproteins, and these are low density lipoproteins. Because excessive cholesterol causes heart disorders like coronary artery disease, low density lipoproteins and high density lipoproteins. These are very good for health. Good for health, but it is very bad for health, right? You know, high levels of HDLs reduces our risk of coronary artery diseases. High levels of HDLs decreases our risk of coronary diseases, but low density lipoproteins increases our risk of coronary artery diseases. These increases, right? Now, composition, it contains 40 to 45% of proteins, 5 to 10% triglycerides. Triglycerides are the true fats. 30% of phospholipids. 30% of phospholipids, but 20% of cholesterol. See, if you see the composition of high density lipoproteins, you may find the percent of cholesterol is very less, 30% of phospholipids, 5 to 10% triglycerides. These are the true fats, but cholesterol is a derived fat, very dangerous. But and 40 to 45% proteins, more proteins are there. High density lipoproteins, it is the name. And whereas if you see the composition of LDLs, 20 to 25% of proteins, right, and 5% of triglycerides. Five percent of triglycerides and 20% of phospholipids. 20% of phospholipids, right, but 50% of cholesterol. See the difference. Here the percent of cholesterol is just 20%, but here 50% cholesterol. So, in this low density lipoproteins, more cholesterol is there. The excessive cholesterol, you know, the LDLs deposits excessive cholesterol in and around the muscle layers on the wall of the artery. They deposit excessive cholesterol in and around the muscle fibers of the arteries and causes fatty plaque. Because of this reason, the blood supply towards the heart decreases, and so the lipoprotein density, the low density lipoproteins are referred as bad cholesterol. In this, the cholesterol is called as bad cholesterol. There is an excessive amount of cholesterol in low density lipoproteins. Now, heart sounds. You know, in each cardiac cycle, two prominent sounds are produced. We may have these sounds. So, two prominent sounds are produced in each cardiac cycle. One is lub, and second one is dub sound. Right? You know, these heart sounds are of clinical diagnostic significance, very important point. These are of heart sounds are of clinical diagnostic significance. Right? The lub is produced due to closure of AV valves, atrioventricular valves. Actually, I forgot to discuss these points at the time of internal structure of the heart, right? So, it occurs due to closure of AV valves at the beginning of ventricular contraction. At the beginning of ventricular contraction. Right? Come to second sound, dub sound. It is produced due to closure of semilunar valves. Closure of semilunar valves at the beginning of ventricular diastole. At the beginning of ventricular diastole, which means at the ending of ventricular systole. At the ending of ventricular systole. Systole means contraction, diastole means relaxation. It is produced at the beginning of ventricular contraction, but it is produced at the ending of ventricular contraction, which means at the beginning of the ventricular diastole, right? Which is of low pitched end of long duration. End of long duration, but it is of high pitched, which is of high pitched end of short duration. End of short duration. You remember, it is the difference between lub and dub. These sounds are of clinical diagnostic significance, right? Yeah, you see the graph. This is the first sound. This is second sound. This is ventricular systole. Ventricular systole. During ventricular systole, two types of sounds are produced. One is lub and second one is dub. Between the lub and dub, between the first and the second sound, the duration is 0.3 seconds. 0.3 seconds. And come to this. Again, this is first sound. And this is second sound. Second sound. But here it is ventricular diastole. Ventricular diastole. Diastole means relaxation of the ventricles, ventricular diastole, right? Now, between the, here ventricular diastole means here are two types of cardiac cycles. This is one cardiac cycle, this is another cardiac cycle, right? The duration between second sound again first sound is 0.5 seconds. You find the gap. You find the gap. Again this is ventricular systole. Ventricular systole. But you remember the ventricular diastole coinciding with cardiac diastole, that is joint diastolic phase and atrial systole. As I told you previously, the duration of atrial systole is 0.1 seconds. The duration of joint diastolic phase 0.4 seconds. So, here the ventricular diastole coinciding with joint diastole and atrial systole. So, 0.4 plus 0.1 is 0.5. 0.5. So, the duration of ventricular diastole, duration of ventricular diastole is 0.5 seconds. 0.5 seconds, which is coinciding with joint diastolic phase and atrial systole. 0.1 plus 0.4 equal to 0.5 seconds, right? At the same time, it is the duration between dub and lub, second sound and first sound. It is the duration between dub and lub, right? Yeah, this is about heart sounds. And one more thing, heart murmur. Heart murmurs. What are heart murmurs? In case of defective or damaged heart valves, defective or damaged heart valves, their improper closure leads to their improper closure leads to leakage of blood. Leakage of blood. In these conditions, a kind of sound is produced. Due to their improper closure, blood may leak out. During this, a kind of sound is produced. It is referred as heart murmurs. So, heart murmurs associated with the failure of closure of valves, heart valves. There are 4 heart valves: tricuspid, bicuspid, and aortic valves, like systemic and pulmonary valve. Blood cholesterol lowering agent. Blood cholesterol lowering agent. Now, this is statin. Very important point regarding exam point of view. Statin. The statin is blood cholesterol lowering agent, which is produced by Monoascus purpurea. Monoascus purpurea is a yeast. It is a unicellular fungi. It is a unicellular fungi. From this, statin is produced. So, which is blood cholesterol lowering agent. Next, streptokinase. Streptokinase. From last half an hour, I am giving you additional information. This is not given in NCERT or state. This is additional information totally. Streptokinase is a clot buster. It is a clot buster which is produced by a bacteria named as Streptococcus. Streptococcus bacteria. If a patient is brought to hospital with myocardial infarction, is normally immediately given with streptokinase. Once again, I am repeating, if a patient is brought to a hospital with myocardial infarction, is normally immediately given with streptokinase because it is a clot buster. It prevents or it destroys clots which are formed in the blood vessels, right. Next, arteries. Different arteries associated with different parts of the body, like phrenic artery. The phrenic artery distributes oxygenated blood to diaphragm. Diaphragm is a dome-shaped muscle which lies at floor of the chest cavity, right. Next, hepatic artery. Hepatic artery distributes oxygenated blood to liver. Next, celiac artery. Celiac artery distributes blood to liver, stomach and pancreas, right. Next, superior mesenteric artery. Superior mesenteric artery. Superior mesenteric artery distributes oxygenated blood to small intestine. And inferior mesenteric artery. Inferior mesenteric artery distributes oxygenated blood to large intestine. Right. And iliac artery distributes oxygenated blood to hind limbs. Now, isovolumetric systole or contraction. Isovolumic systole or contraction. What is isovolumetric systole? It is the duration between closure of AV valves and opening of semilunar valves. It is the duration between the closure of AV valves and the opening of semilunar valves, right. Yeah, this is called as isovolumetric systole or contraction. After lub, what is lub? First heart sound. After lub, this isovolumetric systole occurs. After lub, this isovolumetric systole occurs. Closure of AV valves and opening of semilunar valves occurs at the beginning of a ventricular systole. You remember, at the beginning of ventricular systole. Next, the second one is isovolumetric diastole or relaxation. Isovolumetric diastole or relaxation. It is the duration between closure of semilunar valves and opening of AV valves. opening of AV valves. You know, this isovolumetric diastole occurs after DUP sound. This occurs after DUP sound. Closure of semilunar valves and opening of AV valves. You know, this condition occurs at the beginning of ventricular diastole, not systole, beginning of ventricular diastole or ending of ventricular systole, right, which is associated with joint diastolic phase, right? Yeah. Now, cardiac index. Cardiac index. What is cardiac index? The cardiac index, it is a measurement of cardiac output value, based on patients or person's size. Yeah. So, cardiac index, it is the measurement of cardiac output value. You know, cardiac output. The cardiac output, it is equal to the product of stroke volume and heart rate. It is approximately 5040 ml, 5 liters of blood. So, per minute, heart circulates 5 liters of blood, right? So, cardiac output. So, it is a measurement of cardiac output value based on patient size. To find the cardiac output, value, we have to divide cardiac output value by person's body surface area. To find the cardiac index, we have to divide cardiac output value by person's body surface area, right? The approximate cardiac index value is 2.5 to 4 liters per meter and per minute. So, the approximate cardiac index value is 2.5 to 4 liters per meter per minute. Per meter and per minute. Yeah, this is about cardiac index. And the next point is pacemaker. There is a sinoatrial node. The sinoatrial node is a natural pacemaker. It is a natural pacemaker which can generate action potentials. Without any external stimuli, right? If suppose the sinoatrial node is failure, no production of impulse. Now, the entire conducting system of the heart is affected. It may lead to heart block. It may lead to sudden heart block. In such conditions, artificial pacemaker is implanted subcutaneously. Pacemaker is implanted subcutaneously near heart. So, an artificial pacemaker is connected to the heart, which is implanted subcutaneously near the heart. Now, the normal activities of the heart is resumed again. Normal activities of the heart resumed again by implanting an artificial pacemaker. This artificial pacemaker was discovered by Chardok Chordock in 1960. Chordock discovered this artificial pacemaker, right? During heart surgery, blood is pumped. Blood is pumped through heart-lung mission. Heart-lung mission. Remember, during heart surgery, the blood is pumped through heart-lung mission. Now, AV node. AV node lies at the lower left corner of right auricle. AV node found in human heart, but absent in frog heart. Absent in frog heart. Sinoatrial node, SA node. The sinoatrial node found in heart of all vertebrates. The sinoatrial node found in all vertebrates. You know, sinus venosus. Sinus venosus associated with fish heart, frog heart, and reptilian heart. The sinus venosus generate action potential, but in higher vertebrates like aves and mammals, the sinus venosus is modified into SA node. Remember, write this clearly in running notes. The sinus venosus is modified into SA node in higher vertebrates like aves and mammals, but in fishes, amphibians and reptiles, the sinus venosus is present. Sinus venosus can generate action potential as like SA node. Now, blue baby syndrome. Blue baby syndrome. It is also named as methemoglobinemia. Methemoglobinemia. What is methemoglobinemia or blue baby syndrome? This blue baby syndrome, it is a disorder, it is a disease, occurs due to excessive intake of nitrates through drinking water. Through drinking water. It is a condition occurs due to excessive intake of nitrates through drinking water. So, the excessive nitrates enters into the body and which forms different compounds and which converts the hemoglobin to methemoglobin. Hemoglobin to methemoglobin. So, nitrates combines with the hemoglobin and converts hemoglobin to methemoglobin, right? Thereby, ability of blood to transport oxygen is decreases because the hemoglobin is converted into methemoglobin. So, no oxygen bound to the methemoglobin. So, the supply of oxygen via blood to the body parts is interrupted or decreased. In this condition, the blood turns to blue color. Blood turns to blue color. You know, this blue baby syndrome is fatal in infants. Fatal means death. It causes death. In infants, the blue baby syndrome condition leads to fatal or death, FATAL, fatal, death. Approximate alveolar air composition. Approximate alveolar air composition is 14% oxygen, 6% carbon dioxide and 80% nitrogen, 80% nitrogen. So, this is approximate alveolar air composition. Now, partial pressure of in expired air, the partial pressure of oxygen is 116 mmHg. In expired air or in exhaled air, the partial pressure of oxygen is 116 mmHg. Now, positive pressure breathing. Positive pressure breathing and negative pressure breathing. Positive pressure breathing and negative pressure breathing. What is positive pressure breathing? Positive pressure breathing is seen in amphibians like frog, and the negative pressure breathing seen in mammals. In case of mammals, there is a diaphragm. Diaphragm is a dome-shaped structure, play a vital role in the generation of breathing movements. So, diaphragm creates a pressure gradient in the lungs. It creates a pressure gradient in the lungs in order to draw atmospheric air. It creates a pressure gradient that is mostly negative pressure. Negative pressure is created inside the lungs as compared to atmospheric air. So, the air from the atmosphere rushes into the lungs because of diaphragm. So, diaphragm creates a negative pressure gradient in the lungs during inspiration or inhalation, right? But come to this positive pressure breathing. Like frog, in this diaphragm is absent. So, due to the absence of diaphragm, it cannot create a negative pressure in the respiratory pathway. Understand? So, always it need to create a positive pressure gradient in order to pump air into the lungs. It always creates a positive pressure breathing in order to pump air into the lungs. So, negative pressure breathing seen in frog, positive pressure breathing seen in mammals, right? Now, I am going to discuss carbon monoxide poisoning. Carbon monoxide poisoning. What is the effect of carbon monoxide poisoning in human beings? You know, when a person sleeping in a closed chamber, due to lack of sufficient oxygen, carbon incompletely burns. And produces a carbon monoxide. When the person inhales carbon monoxide, which enters into lungs, thereby enters into blood. In the blood, the carbon monoxide readily combines with hemoglobin and forms carboxyhemoglobin. You know, it is more stable compound. Actually, the carbon monoxide binds with hemoglobin at the places where oxygen does. Carbon monoxide binds with hemoglobin at the places where oxygen does. Means it occupies the complete space on the hemoglobin on which oxygen binds. So, no more space for oxygen. So, oxygen supply to the body parts decreases. O2 supply to tissues decreases. Now the person shows symptoms like nausea, dizziness, the head spins around, dizziness, vomitings, headache. Yeah, these are the symptoms shown by the person who is sleeping inside the closed chamber, right? You know, carbon monoxide has 200 times more solubility with hemoglobin than oxygen. A carbon monoxide has 200 times more solubility with hemoglobin than oxygen. So, the oxygen carrying capacity of the blood decreases in carbon monoxide poisoning, right? And the next one is SARS. What is SARS? Severe acute respiratory syndrome. Severe acute respiratory syndrome. It is a respiratory disorder caused by human coronavirus. Human coronavirus. The human coronavirus, it is a member of influenza virus family. Influenza virus family. Influenza virus family. Human coronavirus. Right. It is first observed in October 26 in 2003 in China. In China. The first time noticed in 2003, October 26th in China, human coronavirus. Actually, it is a mutant form. It is a mutant form of influenza virus. It is a mutant form of influenza virus. Sometimes influenza virus undergoes mutation and transformed into a new type of virus. So, this is about human coronavirus which causes SARS, severe acute respiratory syndrome, right? Next, what kind of symptoms a person shows in this SARS? Shortness of breath, shortness of breath, headache, difficulty in breathing, difficulty in breathing, fever, body pains, fever, body pains, difficulty in breathing, headache and shortness of breath. Yeah, these are the various symptoms associated with severe acute respiratory syndrome, right? Lymph capillaries. Lymph capillaries are the most likely route. These are most likely route for spreading of microorganisms, and cancer cells in the body. So, lymph capillaries are the most likely route for the spreading of microorganisms and cancer cells in the body, right? And the next point is blood and lymph can clot. Very important point. Blood and lymph can clot. Reason is blood clotting factors are more blood clotting factors found in blood. A few clotting factors found in lymph, but serum cannot clot. Serum cannot clot. The reason is no clotting factors. No clotting factor. Serum cannot clot, but blood and lymph can clot. Right. Next. Lymph is colorless fluid. It is a colorless fluid containing specialized lymphocytes. Containing specialized lymphocytes. Right. It is a medium of transport. It is a medium of transport for certain nutrients and hormones. Nutrients and hormones, right? And lymph has, very important point, lymph has same mineral distribution as that of plasma. Yeah, lymph has same mineral distribution as that of plasma, right? Dear students, so far we have discussed about body fluids and circulation. Yeah, with this the lesson was completed, right? So far we have completed 3 units: digestion and absorption, breathing and exchange of gases, and body fluids and circulation, right? Already you have written exam on 2 topics, and so this is the 3rd one. So be prepared continuously and watch the video carefully and write down running notes. Thank you.